Hello everyone, I'm Coyote Jack, and once again, fucking Visa and Mastercard. They just can't help themselves in their chase, in their path to fill title, to ruin Japan's economy on the good content. Their creative freedom is what everyone else at this point outside Japan enjoys. Anime, manga, hentai, doujinshis, erojis, all of that because from the West, yeah, they refuse to give us that. And Japan, even for all the flaws that they had, based on what we can see from AAA, they still have other options to give us content that is way, way better, and we enjoy it by a lot. And Visa and Mastercard because they want you instead to support real life cheese pizza being being distributed in only fools content. They they destroy another business. So we have the news that payment processors force Japanese retailer to remove adult games indefinitely. So even I have to figure out what is this fucking prime minister that claimed that we are finally going to do something to protect our Japanese culture. What it does fucker is doing. I'm really getting fucking pissed because this is not only related to the US. These payment processors from the US doing damage. What are these fucking Japanese politicians actually doing to protect them? Even I started to say that, man, what is Kena Kamatsu even doing? There is no results. They're not even trying to escalate this into a conflict. At this point, they should do that because this is part of their economy also. Or at least if the retailer say, you know what, let's find another way. Ditch them Visa and MasterCard if the only people that are buying from us are Japanese people. But this is how this shit is just keeps going, man. It's just fucking disgusting. So I'm going to read you the headline here. So payment processors are continuing to throw their weight around with Surugaya pulling down their online shop for adult games on Ondich. According to Games Park and Automaton, well, thank you. I'm going to let's read Automaton. So access to adult PC games, shutdowns on major Japanese online retailer amidst discussions with payment processors. So PC games are the ones that got affected. So Surugaya, a major retailer in Japan, recently restricted access to the adult PC game and adult doujin pages of their online shop, which quickly prompted concerns about credit card companies imposing restrictions. As GameSpot reports, Surugaya Distinct management system partner company Talos AC published an official statement regarding the problem on May 20, explaining that the mature content sold on Surugaya will be unavailable indefinitely, but they are making plans to get the content back online as soon as possible. Okay, so they are finding a new alternative. Well, I have to wonder how much of that is going to be achievable. That's a very good concern, if I'm being honest. In their statement, the company explained that they are currently in quote unquote in a situation where it's necessary to discuss payment processing methods with our providers. Through these discussions with payment service providers, they are planning to establish concrete rules regarding the handling of their products in order to bring back adult content to their listing. This one is a red flag because we also have seen, oh yeah, even this kind of content we need to either drop them, do some nitpicking according to Visa and Mastercard standards, or push more censorship from what it already has. Yeah, this is not going to end well. That's the final outcome. So continue on. The second reason for sudden inability of mature games and dungeons wasn't made clear. However, looking at their statement, it is very likely that Surugaya has been hit with some kind of restrictions or conditions by payment processors, resulting in them having to restrict access to the content from the time being. So, since 2024, there have been many reported cases of credit card companies or payment processors suspending their services for transactions involving adult content. Yeah, we have seen that, and even one of them is listed here. The restrictions have been hitting major Japanese platforms that allow selling adult content such as the L-side. The L-side ditched them entirely and made a way so you can still buy their games outside of Japan without the requirement to use Visa and Mastercard. They were far more smart and they're making the money. They even gain more money because people are supporting them. Yeah, thanks for finally sticking to their guns and defending the content you're selling. Fantia, Vendetta Knee, Skip, Vendetta Knee, and DMN, and many more. Vendetta Knee. So, reported by IT Media Japan in 2014, Taro Yamada, a member of Japanese House of Councilors, point out that between the credit card brands and retailers, there are many companies that make payment processing framework more complicated. Yeah, it's because they really want to dictate what you are allowed to even pay for. So yeah, this is something that I already ranted before. What is the fucking payment processor have to do with what I do with my money? If it's not illegal, what the fuck is your problem? You want to force behaviors. That's what you're doing because you know who is serving Visa and Mastercard. And I already said that also in the US they have problems because they are screwing local businesses because they are also publicly traded companies and line must go out and they also have to change the the cut they take for every transaction. They really need to deregulate payment processors entirely just to finally see Visa and MasterCard be put in their place. But I don't see that happening. They're taking too long, man. Apparently, in many cases, inquiries requiring the suspension of some credit cards are requested from the payment processing agencies themselves. For example, PSpacy, a doujin website specializing in boys lost manga, which is also that was hilarious to me, was without an explanation informed by their payment agencies their products will not be available for purchase via Visa or MasterCard. Yamada also explained that it's still difficult to pinpoint which party enforcing the payment processing restriction is Westerners. We have seen who is in charge of the Visa branch in Japan. They can go after him, arrest him, and throw him to jail for the rest of his fucking life, even if some of the inmates inside Minecraft him. Nobody, Italy state was required to escalate the situation because they are destroying Japanese businesses. That even though say Japanese businesses, they have content that many people outside have a lot of interest, and they would like to support them if they support themselves, and if they're doing it, well, Visa and Mastercard they're saying we are not allowed to do that. Well, we are not going to allow you to get that content. In fact, we are not going to allow this content to be produced ever again. Seriously, what kind of fucking shit show is this? Because also, like even it was something funny. This boy lost manga side. This yaoi side, what the Fujoshis. They were fucking bitchy when they didn't care. Hey, bitches, your content is going to get hit too. Just because they are starting with good looking sexy characters, well, female characters, doesn't mean it's not going to stop there. Your sexy boys are going to be censored too. And look what happened. If you don't hit the hill that is next to you, then yours is going to be the next one to be destroyed. That's the kind of election there here. Because this is a reminder. I'm going to end this video with this peace of mind. So Visa, well, Jimmy Van Hammer posted this reminder. Visa and Mastercard made all this fake virtue signaling about protecting the brand because they love to call it like that, as they forbid Japanese 18 plus illustrations transactions. So, but they were caught turning blind eyes for the only fans underage incidents. Yeah, so much for my brand protection right there. I remember covering this one. Yeah. So they even some execute when someone inside Mastercard or it was Visa, I don't remember right now at the moment. A whistleblower said that yeah, this shit is still happening. There is a lot of cases of cheese pizza being sold on OnlyFans, and they're turning the blind eye because they are making all the money out of it. So yeah, they like I said, they regulate them and they regulate the market, make new payment processors rise up, and those fuckers will finally be put in their place, and the fucking pedophiles that are leading those companies will finally put in jail. Only one can hope, but well, this is the sad reality that we are seeing right now. They are getting fucked over still, and it's not any sign of finally being something positive out of this. Anyway, thanks for watching and please take care.